Welcome back to the Hot Pot of Coffee podcast. My name is Brad.
Oh, God, and I'm Amanda.
She's been getting mad at me so much this week because all I'm doing is talking in my southern accent.
And I don't even know how, why did it start?
Look, boy.
Is it because we've been watching The Voice and you just hear Blake Shelton?
Look here, boy. Look here. All right. Right now, we are going to do this podcast.
Oh, my God.
We have been watching The Voice, the new season. I thought I was a fan, but I didn't even know like half the things going on in The Voice. Like, I didn't know Miley Cyrus was a coach for a few seasons. I didn't know any of the shit.
How? Like, you said you watched
Well,
it.
to me, it feels like The Voice just started like a few seasons ago.
It's been going for like 15 years.
Is it 15 years?
Maybe not 15
Or is it like
years.
7 years?
It's probably like 7 years.
Yeah, because I think they do 2 seasons a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Voice hurts.
It hurts.
So everyone who's ever watched anything with me, even a commercial, knows I don't like awkward shit in TV. I fucking hate it. Mm-hmm. And The Voice is really awkward because when someone doesn't get picked, it's like cringy.
No chairs turn.
No chairs turn. It's so cringy.
It is really cringy.
And it's like...
It just makes you sad.
Kind of, because they're always... Like, I know they have like a sob story or whatever. And that's one thing that pisses me off about those TV shows. And
I know. Everyone has to have one.
Well, I'll tell you about one of my friends in college. She was on So You Think You Can Dance. Mm-hmm. And she was on 2 seasons. This girl, weirdest person ever, but incredible dancer. So she was on for 2 seasons. I don't want to dox her. But the first season, she got, let's see. So there's the tryouts. And then like once you get past the tryouts,
you have like that week in LA.
Yeah, but there's the week. But if you're in the tryouts and you don't go straight to Hollywood, they have like that post tryout, like at the end of the day tryouts. You like do a routine. So the first time she went, she got kicked off there.
Oh, okay.
And so like that's understandable. And then like the second time she went though, like this was after she graduated U of A with a dance major. Currently, right now, she tours around the whole world with like a dance company and dances. Mm-hmm. But the second time she got on, she got kicked off in the Hollywood rounds. Like in no, not even. I think she was top 20 or something, or top like 30. She got kicked off, and she said Nigel came up to her afterwards because she was like crying.
Yeah.
And Nigel came up to her and was like, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. You just don't have a backstory for TV."
I mean, when you have like 30 dancers and they're all like good, I guess you have to pick.
Yeah, you have to have a sob story.
You have to pick one.
And she's like an upper middle class white girl.
Every single person on that has a sob story.
No, but I think they had their fill. But she just didn't. That was the reason they kicked her off. Was just she was as good as everyone, but she just didn't have a good story. Okay. She's like this upper middle class white girl from Scottsdale, Arizona, that like had no tragedy in her life except the fact that she slept with some dude I knew in freshman year, and that's a tragedy because he was, oh god, he was something else. But that's the only tragedy she had. So. Anyway, yeah, The Voice is... I love watching The Voice because Adam Levine is like my spirit animal in that.
Weird.
Because he's such a dick.
Yeah.
And he's so picky.
But he's like really charming about it, so everyone still loves him.
Yeah, it's like me.
Yeah.
Like,
really
I'm a
annoying.
huge fucking asshole to everyone, but because I'm charming about it, I can do this. Ow. Why don't we drink it? We're drinking the same shit we drank in the last podcast.
Yeah, we were too lazy to go out and buy new things.
Listen here, y'all motherfuckers. It is my fucking birthday. Okay, You are listening to this on my birthday if you're listening on Monday. If it's Tuesday, you missed my birthday. Go fuck yourself.
Go wish him a happy birthday. He'll love it.
No, don't do that. I'm turning 28, and I will tell you this. I'll tell you all I want from my birthday from you subscribers. Share this with at least 100 people.
Okay, give them something a little bit more tangible.
Just share the podcast. That's what I want for my birthday. I want more subscribers. I want to grow the podcast. I mean, it's doing well. It's funny because we got this crazy amount of views on the month that I spent like $150 on advertising. I basically advertised. No, I mean, I advertised on Facebook ads to like everyone in the whole country, and we got a shit ton of subscribers from that, and they're coming back every single week. So that's good. That means the content is good and it's there. So that's what I want to do again. I just don't really have the means to spend $150 every single week. Because like that's the truth is the content's good. It's getting people to see it. And you have to unfortunately put in the money to advertise because there's so many podcasts out there and so many people, which is fine with me. But y'all motherfuckers who stick with us every week, I love you.
Please
Especially
stop.
on that emergency PB&J.
We'll never get over that.
Week. So, once again, recording this at 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Oh, no, because of daylight savings time, which doesn't change.
It's still 10 o'clock on a Sunday.
Can we fucking talk about that today?
Everyone in Arizona's phone changed.
Is that like on the news?
No, like all of my friends, their phones that are here, their phones changed. And they were like, what the fuck? I live in Arizona.
Yeah, because like it's a Sunday and I wasn't setting my alarm. And I woke up and I usually when I don't set my alarm, I'll wake up around like noon. And today it was like 1:30 and I was like, what the fuck? Like I never sleep this long. And then I realized it's actually 12:30.
Yeah.
But some fuckhead in Apple changed all of our phones.
Yeah, this morning, because I was here this morning and I set my alarm so I could go home. And it like went off and I thought I like snoozed it like 7 times. And then I was like, oh shit, I slept in too late. And then I got home and my alarm went off again when I went home. And it like, because it reset itself back to the time it was supposed to be. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I went on the settings and it said I was in Denver.
Yeah, mine always says I'm in Denver. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I wonder if that's like a news thing, if we can look that up, if they fucked up and changed everyone's phone.
Well, because I remember I was setting a calendar thing in my phone and it said the time zone was in Denver. And I was like, no, it's not. And I changed it.
Yeah, I should probably... Should I call my mom in the podcast and ask her and tell her, make sure she changes her phone?
Does she probably... Well, she's probably asleep then. She probably thinks it's almost 11.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe we should call them and have... Hey, Mom! Should we try it?
She'd be so mad at you. You can try it.
I think we should try it.
Okay.
Should we try this right now, guys? This is a first ever on the podcast.
Calling your mom.
You know what? I don't have my thing to go into my phone.
Oh, you don't have a dongle?
It's upstairs.
My dongle's in my car.
Yeah, we won't do it. Man, I could call her on like speakerphone, but it'd be funnier if it was in the thing. Maybe sometime we'll just randomly call my mom or something in the middle of the podcast.
Really funny.
Yeah, so if you're in Arizona, check your motherfucking phone. That's 1/3 of our listener base right now. So check your phone because you might be an hour early to work tomorrow and you're going to be so mad.
Yeah, one of my friends was an hour early to work and she was like, what the fuck?
Okay, let's see. What did I want to... Okay, so story switch off here. So for those of you who didn't know, which why would you know? Because I didn't. Last week, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. When did I say I was stuck in traffic for like an hour? Was it Monday?
I honestly can't remember.
I'm on my way to a fucking surgery that I have to be at for my job.
It was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
And I'm on the way to a surgery and I get, oh dude, that Chiba head is really hitting hard. I'm on the way to a surgery, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and I pull up and there's a cop car horizontally in the road. And so I stop and there's like 3-mile backup behind me. I'm right in the front. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like both sides are completely blocked off. I can't go anywhere. I'm just stuck in the middle of the road. You can't even pull out anywhere because there's so much traffic backed up. You can't go anywhere. You can't even make a U-turn because everyone's just stopped. You're gridlocked. And so I'm like looking on the news and like something must be going on. And this is Phoenix where no one uses their horn ever. Rarely you'll ever hear a car horn.
That is such a lie.
You do not hear it as much as other places because you don't want to get shot. But it sounded like New York City out there. People were like screaming out the window like, fucking move! Like, motherfucker! Like I thought I was in Jersey. And then it turns out I like went on my phone and I was like, okay, people are just being overdramatic. Like, let me see what's going on. So I open up my phone and I just type in like, what the fuck is going on in Phoenix? Like literally into Google. And it said, oh, Mike Pence is here today.
Ugh.
His plane lands at 11 a.m. And I look at my phone, I look at the dashboard and it says 11:35. And I'm like, okay. So we had to sit there and wait for another 45 minutes for his fucking motorcade of like 45 vehicles.
Yeah.
First of all, no one cares about you that much that you need that many vehicles. You could have just gotten a Volvo or something. Like,
oh, please, everyone wants to kill Mike Pence.
So I had to wait for that. And then once the barricade passed, I guess there's some like Secret Service thing where they had to be like X amount of miles away before you're allowed to go. So like they passed and we had to wait another 5 minutes before we were allowed to continue our journey.
Yeah.
That pissed me the fuck off. So that's my Mike Pence fucked my whole work day over. I did get some good audiobook in though, so I can't be too mad. I'm like sitting there listening to my audiobook and people are like, meow, meow, and I'm like, fucking shut up. This is chapter 11.
Are you still in that one book?
No, I finished Good Omens.
What are you reading now?
Bloody Rose, the second book in Kings of the Wild.
Oh.
Oh God, it is so Kings of the Heart Wild. Seriously, if you like Game of Thrones and people being dicks, read Kings of the Heart Wild. Kings of the Wild, I think it's. And then Bloody Rose is the second book that takes place like 7 or 11 years later. Oh my God, I love these books. I cannot wait till more books come out. Honestly, I haven't read since like I was a kid, like actual like sat down and read sci-fi books. But because I drive so much around town, I have Audible now, not sponsored. And I've talked about this every episode. I need to like say Audible sponsor us. But I fucking love audiobooks.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I explain it? Because when I read a book, I have a good imagination. So when I read a book, I'm like in that universe.
Yeah.
So when I listen to an audiobook, it's like better because my eyes can do other stuff. And I'm still
like watch the road. Good.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just as fulfilling in my. Now, I don't know if it's as good for you as reading. That's what I'm wondering.
I think it is.
But it's still activating your imagination.
No, it is, but I think reading, I don't know. I think just like physically reading is better, but I guess listening is better than nothing.
No, but I think the whole point of reading is good for you is because it activates your imagination.
Well, no, actually reading the words is really good for you too. It like stimulates brain power stiff. I don't know.
It stimulates my boner.
Does it?
Nope. Anyway, so we went a little off topic there with the non-sponsored Audible, but your turn.
My turn? I wanted to talk about the guy. We watched a video about this last night, and I was like, motherfucker, that's what I wanted to talk about. So a guy in Oregon gets stuck in the snow with his dog for 5 days, and the only thing he has in his car to eat is Taco Bell fire sauce.
Okay.
For 5 days, he survived on not just hot sauce, but like fire sauce.
Here's what I want to say. You're wrong, because what he had in that car to survive was his dog.
He didn't eat his dog. The dog is still alive.
Yeah, but he could have.
No. Yeah, I mean, yes, he could have, but instead he chose to eat Taco Bell hot sauce.
I cannot imagine being stuck in a car for 5 days with a cat. Can you imagine how angry it would get? Also, that dog probably just shit all over the back seat, and he had to sit in there and smell that.
Well, I mean, he probably put it like through that outside.
I don't know, man. If he could roll out his window, then he would have escaped.
No, he could get out. He said that he like tried to get out, but like the car couldn't physically get out. Like he could step out of the car, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. And then he like went back in his car, and then he just stayed there for 5 days, and then like turned it on every once in a while to get some heat, and then
dude, you're better off getting out and walking.
Probably, yeah.
What an idiot! I don't think he could have gotten out. He's like, he survived on hot sauce packets. What he didn't realize is he was parked in a Subway parking lot. Like, come on, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
He wasn't in a Subway parking lot, but he survived on hot sauce packets.
And don't go around telling people that fucking Taco Bell sauce packets made you survive. No, it didn't. What made you survive is the fact that you probably ate or licked snow, which is water.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, because you can live 5 days without food. You cannot live 5 days without water.
Well, obviously, hot sauce packets aren't food.
You survived on fucking snow. All right? Don't bullshit people with this fucking hot sauce packet bullshit.
What did the dog eat, I wonder?
Snow.
Besides snow. That's not...
It's human.
Snow doesn't have calories. It's not food.
Dogs can live 5 days without food. Without water.
Yeah, I know that.
But its owner probably started looking real good.
He's like, I don't eat this.
He's like, oh God.
Just waiting for him to die so that he could eat him.
The guy was turning on his heat and the dog was like, are you cooking yourself?
There's a study that like 100% dogs will eat you if you die like in your home and no one finds you. Your dog will eat you.
Oh, cats and dogs will both eat you.
Yeah.
Dogs will just wait longer.
This is true. Cats try to eat you while you're still alive.
Yeah.
That's what happens in the middle of the night when Cadell's just like chewing on your toes.
Yeah, he slowly runs
trying
his...
to eat
My cat
you.
slowly runs his like nail across my throat. And he's just like, are you alive? He's testing all the time.
Yeah.
No, Kiddo would never eat me. He doesn't even like the taste of... He won't eat anything but his food.
That's true.
I've offered him Chipotle.
But after he eats all of his food and your corpse is here and he doesn't have anything else to eat, they go into survival mode. He would eat you.
I would be honored.
To like let him live.
I would be honored if he ate a hole in me and went inside me for warmth, like Star Wars. Like Luke Skywalker going in, what was that thing called? The Tam-Tam or something? Tauntaun.
Tauntaun, yeah.
Tam-Tam.
Tam-Tam.
Tam-Tam's that like fat chick at work that you hide inside of. Tam-Tam.
Yeah, the Tauntaun.
This alcohol's really good. I'm glad we didn't get more.
It is really good.
Or a
in
different
case you didn't listen last week, it's Austin.
This is them Austin
East
East Ciders. It's the blood orange cider. On the bottom of the can, it says, "How do you like them apples?" Let me read right here. Let's see. Contains sulfites. I don't think Jesus made sulfites, so I don't. I'm Jewish, by the way, guys. I'm just making fun of Southern people. Oh no, there's a government warning. Warning: the Earth is round. Oh, we can't drink this.
Oh no, we don't believe that.
Okay, if the Earth was round, how is my table flat?
How can I see Seattle?
Oh my god! So Memulus on YouTube went into a Discord channel for a Flat Earth Society, and he was trolling them, and he goes, and they were like, "State your business," and he was like, "Well, I did an experiment on the flat Earth," and they're like, "Oh, what was your experiment?" He goes, "Well, I poured water on the ground, and if the Earth was round, the water would keep going." And they were like, "No, you're fucking retarded." He goes, "No, you're fucking retarded." Anyway.
God, I just love that documentary. Can't stop thinking about it.
That's sad. Right now, we're rewatching the OA, which stands for Open for Anal.
Wouldn't that be
It's the porn
OFA?
parody. No, you know how it's like the is left out of like acronyms as well. So it's like
4 is not.
like A4 OA. I think it stands for the original angel. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember a goddamn thing about this.
Anyway, we're rewatching it because season 2 comes out March 22nd on Netflix. Not sponsored. So, God damn it!
Not sponsored.
This is a very like bouncy episode. We're going through like
they're always bouncy episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so
yeah, we're rewatching it.
We're watching the OA. I'm making her watch Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, the anime.
Yeah.
I love anime. Like,
I'm indifferent.
No, like Sword Art Online is if you go to any real anime fan and you're like, yeah, I like Sword Art Online, you're like, oh, you fucking faggot, it's not real. I
liked Avatar: The Last
There's no real anime.
Legend of Korra.
My favorite anime is everyone listens to the podcast like, oh, I'm checked out.
Yeah, right.
No. I don't like the booby. I don't like fucking titty ass like boobs in your face anime fan service bullshit. Fan service is when they show like titties and like these girls with huge. I hate that anime. That is fucking.
It's weird. They're cartoons.
The cartoon shit. That's weird. I do not like that anime. What I do like is like really good storyline and violence. So I have to remember the one that's like exactly like Game of Thrones, but better.
But better.
Speaking of Game of Thrones comes back in a month.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
I'm excited.
But I'm also going to be sad because it's going to be over forever.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of incest in this episode or this season.
They don't know they're related. It's fine.
Here's the thing. There's going to be a lot in this episode. It's going to be sad, but it's going to be like How to Train Your Dragon 3 sad, because it's going to be incredible, and there's going to be a lot of action, and it's going to be really cool. And at the end, you're going to cry, but I believe it's going to be like a good send off.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's going to be a good send off. I think people will be happy.
They've taken their time making it, because it took them like
2 years.
2 fucking years we've had to wait for it. And then every single episode is like a feature length movie. That's how long it is. So that's going to be.
What I think they said, and do not quote me on this.
I won't.
But what I think they said is that this season is not going to have those episodes that the other seasons have had.
Like filler episodes?
Where it's filler episodes where 90% of the episode is slow. Kind of like last season. Last season didn't really have filler episodes.
Because everything is being answered.
Everything's finally... Go back and watch some of the old seasons of Game of Thrones. Like first and second season, even some third season. And you're going to realize how fucking slow the show was.
Yeah, some episodes were really slow.
It was like,
and then like
nothing happened.
Well, like the first episode was fucking crazy, and then the last episode was fucking crazy, and then they just had some stuff in the middle. Wow.
That tasted like Chiba Hut.
That's what happens.
I think I burped
when
every
eat.
episode of the last like 7. But yes, it was Game of Thrones was very slow, and now it's getting better. And if you haven't seen the new trailer, it's really cool. The 2 dragons are flying overhead, and they're all in Winter Haven, isn't it? No, Winter Haven's in Tucson.
What's
their
Winterfell?
Winterfell.
Jesus
Christ, it's been 2 years. I probably should. I'm gonna watch the last episode of the last season. That's
such a good
right,
episode
like the
too.
afternoon before.
That's a good idea.
So let's see. What's next on my? So next up on my notes is I really just wrote girl speed dates 20 people.
Wow. I mean, doesn't that happen with speed dating?
No. So this was like a jab, I think, at the Tinder generation. I don't know if it was a BuzzFeed video. It was something.
Was it an Onion article and it's not even real?
No. This was a YouTube video.
Oh.
This girl, basically everyone's in a giant text chain.
Okay.
And it's this girl. Man, she's like a hard 6, so I don't blame any of these guys. There's this girl sitting on a chair, and there's 20 guys sitting on the floor in a circle around her, and they're all on their phones, texting in this text chain, and she says something, and then, so the first thing she texts is, hey, I want a guy who dances. So if you're going to go out to the club with me and not dance, you can just leave. And like 3 guys get up and leave the circle. Then the next thing she writes, no one's talking, they're just texting in this chain. And then the next thing she writes is something along the lines of, I don't like sports. If you're going to sit around and talk about sports all day, then leave the circle. And all of these, 5 more people get up and leave. And then next she texts, I'm pretty tall at 5'7". If I wear heels and I'm taller than you, you can leave the circle. Any guy under 5'11" can leave. So a bunch of other people get up and leave. Now there's 3 people left sitting around her in a circle, and she's on her chair. And she said something. I forgot what she says next. If you don't want kids or you're this, it was like a 3-parter. So you can get up and leave. And the last 3 guys get up and leave.
Oh, no.
And one guy as he gets up turns back and goes, bitch, you're going to be single for a long time. And in her thing, in the end, she was talking to the camera and she's just like, it's fine. I just don't think I should have to give up any of my personal beliefs for anyone else. And the guys just it pans to the guys just laughing and walking away and going to grab a beer. And it just perfectly shows a Tinder generation of fucking dumb bitches.
Yeah.
And dumb guys too. Here's the thing. Guys are dumb because they send dick pics or they're super inappropriate, or they are nice guys and they think every single girl wants to bang them because they have a penis. But girls are worse too. Not worse, but the same, just in different ways. They want guys that are so tall and make so much money and blah blah. I mean, yeah, I fit all of those categories, but I just feel bad for.
You're the worst.
I mean, I'm 6 feet tall. I have a decent job. I have a cat. Who wouldn't love me?
None of that was featured on your profile. Just thought you should know.
I know.
I still swiped right.
I purposely don't put I have a cat.
Yeah, when I found out on our first date, I was like, oh fuck.
It's really funny because so many people who know me don't know I have a cat. And a lot of people do.
And that's crazy because you're such a crazy cat lady. So
I'm not, though.
You are.
I just like him. Although when I do see kitties, I like to play with them. Because we're so similar.
Yeah,
Me and cats are very similar. Yeah, we're sociopaths. And we don't like people touching us.
But then sometimes you do.
And
sometimes it's too much.
We like to randomly attack people that help us. Some person like goes, Can I help you with your groceries? And I just punch him in the fucking face and I just go, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. So yeah, girl speed dates 20 people. Watch that shit. Type that into YouTube. Funny. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, I guess that's a quick way to do it. No, you don't waste any time, you know?
Yeah, don't type in girl speed jerks 20 people.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's, yeah, that's
a different video.
Let's play Mad Libs. Girl speed blank 20 people. I need a verb. Amanda?
Speed.
Cucks. Girl speed cucks 20 people.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, she could cuck some people.
Oh,
do you know what cucking is?
Yes, I do know what
What's
cucking
cucking?
It's when your significant other is banging someone else and you're watching.
Yeah, that's cucking.
Or it's also just someone stealing someone else's significant other.
Yeah, I mean, like cheating on someone is cucking them, but mostly, like, if you type in cuck at Pornhub, it's going to show you up. Yeah.
Cucking, then you're watching.
Yeah, like that one guy wanted Kim to cuck him.
Yeah, it's weird.
And she was like, I don't know, I'll do it.
Man.
Yeah, she's like, I would do it. No. I want to call her, it's probably too late, but I totally could call her and be like, hey. Just call a random person on my phone every podcast. Just some random,
be a new segment.
Some random number, like 3 years out in my text chain. Like, who is this? I don't know. Who is this?
My DoorDasher.
We went on a date 3 years ago. Oh, hey, what's up? You randomly attacked me and meowed. Oh.
Right.
Speaking of meowing. Fucking
what?
Okay, I watched Super Troopers 2 this week.
Oh god.
And I showed Amanda the best.
Oh my god.
The best sketch.
I wouldn't say it was funny, but it's not the best. Come on.
Oh, I didn't show you the other best one where they pull over the guy who they did the meow to. The guy's like, "Wait, I know you guys." He's like, "No, you don't." And he goes, "Yeah, you're the cops that did the meow thing to me 3 years ago." And they're like, "We don't know what you're talking about, sir." He says, "Yeah, you went right meow." And he goes, "No, sir, I really don't understand." He goes, "You know what, sir, step out of your vehicle. Let's switch places and you show me what we did." And he goes, "Okay." And the guy steps out of his car and the cop gets in. And the guy goes, "License or registration, right, meow?" And the cop goes, "You shouldn't let people sit in your car." And he takes off and steals his car.
Oh my god.
Super Troopers 2 is good. People who say it wasn't good, go fuck yourself. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Sequels never are.
But this one was funded by them.
I know, I heard that.
It was funded on Kickstarter by the actual actors because the studio didn't want to do a number 2.
Oh my god, you're such a child. I knew you were going to start giggling once you said that, too.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, I don't have anything. This week was uneventful. I was just stuck in orientation all week, and then I had like a giant 4-hour exam, and I didn't get out much.
Wow.
I know.
Useless.
I'm so useless.
Is there I'm trying to pick up. I had some things for us to look at. Let's see if it uploaded.
Didn't you want to talk about what we saw the other night?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that really quick. So, ladies and gentle tits, we went and saw Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen, let's look up right now. Boop, 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 boop. Rotten Tomato. Oh, look at that. Okay, Captain.
Oh, it's better now.
Okay, so that's because they destroyed a bunch of scores. So
No,
right now it's sitting
better.
at 80% on the tomato meter, 58% on the audience score, and Metacritic, Captain Marvel. And on Metacritic, sitting at a 64%. Okay. And user score of 3.3 out of 10.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I didn't hate it.
I will say this. And if you're about to come at me with the, oh, you're just mad because Brie Larson made those comments. I don't care. I don't self-identify as a white male.
Oh, come here.
I'm a Jew. No, but I don't care what she said, and I didn't take her shit. So what Brie Larson said was that she wanted more diverse group of people to interview her because she found all the interviewers were white males, and she wanted to give more of a chance to the other, like, you know, women of color and stuff like that. I understand that, okay? And I didn't take what she said out of context. I get what she was saying, right? Because there are women of color, there are people of color who aren't getting those opportunities because, let's be honest, if you don't think that the journalism industry is racist as fuck, you're out of your mind. But I understand what she said. So this has nothing to do with Brie Larson's stupid comments that she should not have made. And I'm sorry, but if you're making a multi-million-dollar budget, you should take away phones from everyone who's a part of it so you don't lose money. So first I'll say this. This is something I said to Amanda the other day. I do not get why people give a flying fuck what actors and actresses think. Because hundreds of years ago, during the Middle Ages, actors and actresses were considered court jesters, and they were lower than homeless on the scale of importance. Like, no one gave a fucking shit about actors and actresses. They literally were the entertainment for even farmhands. No one cared about them. And now we treat them like some fucking god. And I don't get it. So I have never cared. They're not, even if people are like, oh, well, they're educated. No, they went to school, true, and college, true, for acting. Get the fuck out of here. I'm educated. You're not. Okay? There are some actors and actresses who have, you know, like Ken, what's his name? The Asian guy from...
Kevin?
No,
Ken. I can't remember his last name.
He's from the Hangover. He's a doctor.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny because you see the educated people like him, they never make those comments. They stay the fuck out of it because they know no one cares. It's the same reason I don't post on Twitter about shit.
There are very few. I mean, there's maybe not very few, but there's a handful that are actually educated.
Like, yeah, your opinion matters just as much as everyone.
They can state their opinion.
Look, your opinion matters as much as everyone else's opinion, which is nothing. Your opinion doesn't matter.
They just have a platform.
Yeah, you have a platform, but with great platform comes great responsibility.
Oh, God.
That's a direct quote from Spider-Man. And it means totally something else for strippers.
What?
Great platform because they're on a platform.
Yeah.
Or platform shoes. Anyway, dad jokes aside. I do not care what Brie Larson fucking said. So this review has nothing to do with that. Brie Larson does not belong in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She is not a good Captain Marvel. She may be a good actress in other things, but she fell completely flat in this role. And I do not think it was completely her fault. I think it is the fault of the producer and the director and the people around her.
And like the script.
In the script, but she had these great actors around her, like the main guy, the villain.
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, Samuel L. Jackson, but the other guy. What's his name?
Wait, who was the villain? I can't even remember.
I don't know, but he's super famous. He's a British guy or whatever.
Jude Law.
Jude Law.
Yeah. I totally forgot it was Jude Law.
Jude Law and Samuel L. Jackson were her two competing characters in every scene. You're not outperforming them. They outperform her on every level and make her performance look like shit.
She wasn't given that opportunity.
She had like 5 lines the whole movie.
Yeah, they really didn't give her much.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
Because if you look back to like...
Because she's an amazing actress.
If you look back to Tony Stark,
yeah,
right? In Iron Man 1, he talks nonstop.
Yeah, he never shuts up.
He never shuts the fuck up, but he destroys his lines. I mean, he kills it. She had like 5 lines the entire movie, and she doesn't hit any of them. They all of her lines sound like they're out of context or she's reading off of a card. And again, I don't think it's her fault because people have said she's a great actress. I haven't seen her in anything else.
She won an Oscar for The Room.
You know what's weird is Cara Danvers is Superwoman, and Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel.
Her name is Cara Danvers in Superwoman?
Yeah. Cara Danvers.
Oh.
And this is Carol Danvers.
It's weird.
It's weird. I couldn't let that go. But here's the thing. The movie, the action sequences were terribly shot. It was a lot of cutting away. It was like cut, action. This is action sequence. The first half of the movie, Critical had it completely correct. You were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was really confused about
It's super confusing.
Going on.
It's like flashback.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to set everything up, and the origin story is always super slow, so...
Yeah, and then the second half of the movie, fine.
Yeah.
The problem is, this is Captain Marvel. This is someone coming into the cinematic universe, into Avengers Endgame, who is going to supposedly save the entire universe from Thanos' snap, which I actually don't think in Endgame. I'm just calling this out now as a Marvel head and someone who's read the comics. Mm-hmm. People think Thanos is the main villain of Endgame. He's not going to be. I think Thanos is gone. It's someone else, and I'm not going to ruin it because not even Marvel. Check this out. All of the trailers for Avengers Endgame, they have said all of the things you see in Avengers Endgame in the trailer are like within the first 20 minutes of the movie. They're not going to show anything.
Yeah, they're being so
super secretive. And I think it's because they're going to play.
Can you imagine if any of the actors talked, like how much trouble they would be in?
Yeah, I
wonder how much money they would be like sued.
Hundreds of millions. It's crazy. They're going to.
I would just like hide away, not talk to anyone for.
Yeah, did you know they don't even know the whole story? Did you know that for Avengers,
That's not true.
For the first Infinity War and this one, the actors and actresses only get their lines. They do not get the entire script for the movie.
That's not true.
Yep, it's 100% true. That was actually in an interview with, I think it was Chris Hemsworth and one of the other ones. They said, oh yeah, we have no idea. You show up on your day, you do your lines, but you never see the whole movie until it comes out.
That's crazy. I feel like they did that with like when they were redoing Star Wars. They like kept it because they wanted to keep it so secretive.
I think there's only one person who gets to see the entire thing, and at least for the first part was Robert Downey Jr.
Why did he get to see the whole thing?
Because I think he has a stake in the movie. I think he's one of the producers. But like producers get to know.
You're just saying things, and I don't even know if they're true.
Anyway, so Captain Marvel just did not. You don't see. How do I put this? You do not feel like this is the person coming in to save everyone. Because if you compare her, Captain Marvel is supposed to be the most powerful superhero in the entire universe. Not person, not super person or super thing, because there is one there's one who's more powerful, because she absorbed the power of that subsonic engine. That's how she got her powers. But there's another, and I don't want to ruin it, but
you're going to.
There's another supervillain who absorbed the entire energy of a neutron star when it collapsed.
Oh, and I know who you're talking about.
He's the most, and I think it might be the villain for Endgame, because in the comics he is. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. My name is Barack Obama. And
you like go from Southern to Barack Obama, and I don't know how.
People, today we want to talk about the presidency. Okay, I scored 3 points on President Trump. I think if I've really worked at it, I could do a good Obama. I've got his like the intermittent. My name is Barack Obama. Anyway, it feels like in this movie, Thor could beat the shit out of her. That's what it feels like to me. And that's not supposed to be happening. To me, it feels like, yeah, Iron Man would lose against her. Spider-Man would lose against her. You know, the Hulk would... Well, the Hulk technically isn't supposed to lose against anyone. In the comics, he can punch through a planet. So he's probably on even playing field.
Yeah, well, the Hulk isn't doing anything
But
right
Thor is the most powerful. He's a god. Well, in quotations. But I feel Thor could beat the shit out of Captain Marvel, and that should not be happening. She is supposed to be way more powerful, and the only thing you see from her is when she destroys a few ships at the very end.
Well, I mean, she's not going to destroy more than what she needs to.
But
that's all she needed to destroy.
They only sent 3 ships. Like, come the fuck on. Here's the thing.
Oh, God.
I think that it's not Brie Larson's fault. I think it's the direction of the movie and just the way they wrote it. I think it was a terribly written movie. Do I think it's an 80%? Not even close. Do I think it's a 58%? No, I don't. I think Metacritic has it right. I think this movie is around 65 to 70%. And that's what the Moist meter gave it to.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun movie to go watch. I want to see how it plays out. And then the final cuts, the final scene. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, not really, you know what's going to happen. At the very end of the movie, one of the post-credit scenes is the Avengers looking over the pager that Samuel L. Jackson dropped in Infinity War.
Yeah.
And the pager stops and they go, oh, someone restart it. And then the camera turns around and Brie Larson is sitting there and she goes, where's Fury? And then it cuts. But the way she says it, it's like, where's Fury? And I'm like,
not how she said
she's like, where's Fury? Where's Fury?
Yeah.
Like some
Guy Fieri.
angry Jewish teenager. Like, where's Fury? I don't know. I'm just not really into Brie Larson's character, and it's really sad.
My favorite part of that movie was the cat.
Oh, dude. Fucking Goose.
Goose. That's such a good name.
I love Goose. Goose is a great character. And Goose is So, they didn't really show that either. Goose is her sidekick in the comic books. Like, he does a lot of stuff. And they didn't show that. She, didn't give a shit about Goose.
No, she met him, and then he, ate the Tesseract, and then...
Yeah, but it was supposed to be more than that.
Well, that's next. This was just the buildup of everything. This is the origin. She just met him.
I will tell you this. I do not think personally, and call me out on this. This is episode 25, so call me out on this if it happens. I do not think Captain Marvel will get a second movie.
She might.
I don't think so.
Look at how many times they've redone Spider-Man. Look at how many movies they had with Tobey Maguire.
They should redo Captain Marvel with a different person.
You know how many times they did... They had 3 or 4 Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire when he was a fucking emo kid?
All I can think about is Captain Carvel. And it's just an ice cream guy. Carvel? Do you remember Carvel?
No. What are you talking about?
Carvel's was an ice cream store here in Arizona.
I don't live here.
And every time they said Marvel in the show, I was like, Captain Carvel?
Oh my God.
I can just imagine some guy with a cape serving ice cream. You'll get that if you lived in Arizona between the years of 1999 and up to 5 years ago. Anyway.
What year is it?
That's my take on that. Mm-hmm. That's my take on Captain Marvel. A hard 65%. Go see it. If you plan on seeing Avengers Endgame, go fucking see it.
Yeah.
Because you have to. You need her backstory. But
and
also...
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. Is it worth your time? No. But if you want to keep up... It's just kind of like you didn't want to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, but you did anyway.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You have to see it for Avengers. Gross. Oh, that tastes like beer and
Cheba Hut.
You have to see it for the universe.
And I think everyone that's invested
go see it on a matinee. There you go.
Yeah.
Sunday matinee. All right. So we're going to close up this episode. with some Reddit stuff. So Reddit asked, but also this is a fun one. On Reddit today I learned that koalas have one of the smallest brains in proportion to body weight of any mammal. They are so dumb that when presented with leaves on a flat surface instead of on branches, they're unable to recognize them as food and will not eat them.
I have one thing to say about that.
All right, let's hear your bullshit.
Brain size does not correlate with intelligence.
Says the woman.
Excuse me?
Just kidding. You have more surface area on your brain than men.
Yeah. You're damn right I do.
And it just shows bigger brains don't correlate to more intelligence either.
I know they don't.
Keep going.
I'm just saying brain size does not correlate with intelligence.
We can agree on one thing. Koalas are fucking stupid.
Koalas are fucking adorable, but they're actually really mean. So.
Oh, here we go.
Also, did they source that? I don't believe them.
And also, just an update here. Captain Marvel only got $153 million in the U.S. on the first weekend, compared to like some of the other ones, which were like $200 million the first weekend. So, okay, so these are just little like Ask Reddits, just some fun shit to end the episode. We're just gonna like ask a few of them. I'm gonna ask Amanda. First question by VitBio. Your pet can talk for the next 10 minutes. What do you talk about?
Oh, God. Was Sirius? Jesus. I mean, what would Sirius want to talk about? Like, his toys?
No, like, you could ask him a question.
Oh, I want to know what his life was like before I adopted him.
But if he just looked you in the eye and he's like, no, you don't.
That's probably what he would say.
Sirius was a fighting pit bull in the streets of L.A.,
in the streets of San Bernardino. It's even fucking worse.
You know how many bitches he fucked? Literally bitches. He's like, yo, girl, I fucked so many bitches. This ain't no tumor on my dick. This herpes.
He does have a tumor on his dick, and I am getting it removed.
This ain't no tumor. This damn herpes. I would ask Cadell what he thinks about me. Like, I'm really interested.
It would be funny to ask a cat, because a dog would just be like, you're the greatest thing in the entire world, and a cat's
like... The cat would be like, listen.
Like, I tolerate you.
Well, here's the deal. My name is Cadell.
Your cat's Barack Obama.
Let's look at the next one I got. What's a superpower that sounds cool, but would realistically be fucking terrible? Asked by Jamie Dibby. On Reddit.
A superpower that would be terrible?
What is a superpower that sounds cool but would realistically be fucking terrible? Invisibility. Because like you have to be naked. You have to be naked.
You don't have to be. Oh, I guess you do.
You have to be naked, and then when you come out of it, you better be at home. Like if you're locked out and you're invisible, you're fucked.
What if your clothes could just become invisible?
No, here. You can be invisible, but only for 10 minutes at a time. So you can't go that far from your clothes.
Like, if you're invisible and you go into some... I don't know. You would just become visible right away in the wrong spot. I don't know what that... I always thought that, like, Superman's X-ray vision would just be, like, kind of annoying. Like, you can always see through people's clothing.
No, but here's the thing. People think like, oh, I want X-ray vision. And then they're like, yeah, that would be awesome. I could look through people's clothing. What you don't realize is X-ray, you're going to see their bones and shit. You're not going to see their dicks and vaginas and boobs. You're going to see fucking bones.
Yeah.
So that would be terrible because you would think you're seeing something that you're not.
Yeah.
And also, as someone who works in the medical field and has seen more people naked than you'll ever fucking see in your life. I see more people naked on a weekly basis than most people see ever. Let me tell you, you don't want to see people naked.
No. Okay?
The only people you want to see naked is that fucking hot girl. You do not want to see some people naked. It is the worst. It's things you can't get out of your mind. Anyway, we're going to go with this next one. Deleted. What's your go-to insult that sounds polite? Mine's,
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one before.
My go-to insult that sounds polite is,
What is
or,
that?
Or yeah. Or cool. Cool, buddy. Buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, friend. I'm not your friend, chief.
Why are you saying this right
It's from South Park.
now?
Anyway.
I don't know. What's mine? I can't think of it.
Okay.
Do I ever say that?
I don't know. You laugh like a car alarm sometimes.
Like a car.
Like when you find something funny but not funny enough to laugh, you go. And it's like pressing unlock on a car alarm. It's like.
I do not do that.
Yeah, you do. You go. It's like a hiccup. Your mom. Okay, this is by Holmes02. Your mom just announced she's running for president in 2020. What's her campaign slogan? Mine's "Get your feet off the rug. I just vacuumed."
That's her campaign slogan.
Yep.
I don't think that's
Cleaning up the floors, but you better take your fucking shoes off. I made brisket. Take out the trash. Oh, that's hers.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
out the trash. Mm-hmm. Bradley, take out the trash.
That's her campaign slogan. She's gonna print it on everything all over Arizona.
Yeah, what's your mom's?
Good question. I don't know. I can't think.
Wow, you're so much fun.
I know.
Let's see if there's one more here.
It would probably just be like a sarcastic comment because my mom's super sarcastic.
Oh, this is a good one. Here's the last one by Slinks. What mistake should have killed you?
So many. Probably like in a car.
Probably in a car. That's what you have to say. You can't think of a single time you were supposed to die. Really?
I'm thinking.
God, you suck.
I'm thinking.
Mine is when I was in. Was I in Detroit? I was in Detroit when I called you that I almost slipped in the shower and died, right?
Yeah.
So I walked into the shower. I swear to God, I think I'm 90 years old. I get into the shower in Detroit, and the floor is so fucking slippery. And I walk in, and I turn on the water, and like I turn really quick, and I slipped in the shower, and I fell. My hip. Thank God I'm like 28 and not 90. My hip just slammed into the side of the fucking side of the tub. I fell over. I caught myself on the curtain. I grabbed the curtain and stopped myself because my head would have just like hit the fucking ground. I would have bled out in a shitty hotel in the middle of Detroit, Michigan in December. That's literally the worst way to go.
Yeah, I can't think of.
That's right above gang rape in prison in Detroit. Like it doesn't get much worse. So that's my mistake. That should have killed me, but I don't know. It did not.
No.
And you have nothing. Still, I can see it on your blank fucking face.
Oh my God, I can't think of anything that I've personally.
You guys should
done.
come so prepared to these podcasts. Thank God I'm
How
the
could
main
I be
host.
prepared when you're just now asking?
Thank
me
God
this?
I'm hosting this podcast. Your podcast would be 5 minutes long.
It would not be
You'd be like,
5
"Welcome to the podcast." I forgot. Okay, bye.
You have looked at these questions before. You've been able to.
I literally
think about
screenshotted this at 7 p.m. tonight. So
this. You still had time to look at it.
I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that puts us at like 50 something minutes. Guys, thank you for listening so much this week. Happy birthday to me.
You're the worst.
So, again, for my birthday, just share the podcast around, get people to subscribe. Jesus Christ. This beer, man.
Stop.
But yes, thank you guys so much for coming back week after week, listening, liking, subscribing, rating, tickling my gooch. You guys are... What? Don't look at me like that.
I will look at you like that.
Gucci. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I am headed to Vegas for a week for a work conference, so I will keep a lookout for any funny stories involving transvestites on the Strip.
Why transvestites?
Oh, this happened last time I was in Vegas. I was with one of my friends. This was like back after college, and we were walking behind this girl with like great legs. My friend goes, "Fucking damn, those legs!" Turns around, it's a dude, and I was like,
Like what? But I feel like no one uses the word transvestite anymore.
"What do they use, tranny?"
No.
I'm just making you
Like
mad.
drag queen.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, we love you, and we will catch you next week. Peace.
Bye.